Hi, I'm Rob Cantrell, and I'm here to give you the Flagship Power second quarter update. What are we going to talk about? First, the Gainline capital purchase. Then, as always, we'll talk about natural gas and power trends, touch on fraud, and then finally wrap up. I'm going to look into my crystal ball and tell you guys what I think I see for the summer electricity prices here in Texas. So first, the big exciting news you may have read about in Energy Choice Matters. Gainline Capital Partners purchased a majority share in Flagship Power. They are a Connecticut-based private equity fund. They have multiple funds with hundreds of millions of dollars and a very diversified portfolio of companies. We are their second energy investment, and this is going to give us significant access to capital. We couldn't be more excited about this transaction. I've been working on it for several months, and it's happy to finally get it right over the finish line. And so look for more things that we're going to be doing with Gainline in the coming months. But needless to say, very exciting transaction for Flagship and kind of takes us to that next level in our evolution. Let's talk a little bit about natural gas. I got a little worried in March as we saw a little brief rally, and we're thinking, oh no, is it going back to some of those high levels that we had before? But the rally failed, and now we're really back to more of those 2021 levels with natural gas. So we've seen it really come off, and it's stayed around this level for about the past month. So it looks like the natural gas is kind of back to its normal $2 to $3 range right now as we're looking out to the, past the prop month right now. So what has that done for the entire curve? It's pretty amazing to look and see that top blue curve on this chart just 6 months ago. So we saw a huge drop 3 months ago when I gave the update in January, and now we can see that the prompt months and the forward months have dropped even more. But interesting on this chart, when you look, you can see that the 25, 26, 27 out farther on the curve really hasn't moved very much. Now that is lightly traded, so it won't move as much, but you don't see those same type of shifts as you see on the very front months. And that equates to seeing those longer term prices really not move as much as the short term prices. Speaking of that, this chart kind of shows that. If you look at kind of term prices from a May 23 start, you can see that the very short terms are very inexpensive. That's why you see providers in the marketplace offering, intro rates for 3 months. That power is really, really cheap. As we get closer to the summer, you'll see those offers go away because July and August are obviously the most expensive months here for us here in Texas. But now, as that market moved more and more contango, you'll see that the long-term prices are now a little bit more expensive than short-term prices. Now, you may see providers still offer a bit of a discount for longer terms just because they want to get the customer to commit to a longer term, but there are less margins if those terms are lower price. So finally, one more last thing talking about the power market. I'm still surprised to see this double peak in Texas where we see a spike in prices in the summer as well as a spike in prices in the winter. Now, I know we had a really bad winter back in 21, but Texas generally has very, very mild winters, and you won't see these type of spikes. So my guess is if we have another mild winter, that we'll start to see those winter peaks come down significantly and go back to more where Texas traded for the previous 30 years before Winter Storm Uri. It wouldn't be an update unless we talked about fraud. Fraud over the first quarter of 23 has become a scourge on our industry. Fraud is really running rampant. Just little Flagship Power, we are getting thousands upon thousands of attempted fraudulent enrollments every single month. We hear through the grapevine that this is causing millions upon millions of dollars of damage in losses throughout our Texas power community. And we even heard that one of our competitors has totally suspended sales while they try to get their arms around the fraud issue. So this is something that is really going on rampantly here in Texas. Unless you're a big online broker with a lot of volume, you probably don't realize that this is going on, but you will see the impact to it as retailers more and more efforts to try to reduce fraud. On our side, we're adding AI into some of our processes to try to identify and block that fraud. And we're obviously continuing to add security like two-factor authentication to make sure that the customer is who they're saying they are, et cetera, et cetera. So this is not going away anytime soon. Just giving you guys a note that there will probably be more things like this down the horizon as providers like Flagship really try to fight all the fraud that's going on here in the marketplace. And last but not least, let's look into the crystal ball and make a prediction on where we think the prices are going this summer. Right now, the weather services are predicting a warm May and June. If that happens, then I think we'll see summer prices start to get pushed up in Texas. Now, there's also another factor that will go into that, and that we have drought conditions likely for most of Texas. It's kind of hard to believe with all the rain we've had so far in the spring, but there are still predictions that there will be in drought-like conditions for a lot of part of Texas. So those two things right now are helping generators keep their heat rates up. Even though natural gas is in the toilet, power prices are still kind of above where you think they would be with natural gas being so low. So the generators are continuing to try to hold on to those higher power prices right now. What I think is going to happen is we'll have a couple hot days in May and June. We'll see a bit of a spike, but then as we get into the summer and the real-time prices don't manifest themselves very high like some of the generators hope they're going to happen, we'll see those summer prices really come down. And I think we'll see a sympathetic move on the forward prices as well. So when you see summer 23 go down, you'll also see summer 24 and summer 25 go down. So just know also, though, that here in the Texas market, the volatility will remain very high. So if you see an opportunity, you feel some low prices that you think your customer would like, you should go ahead and execute and take them off the table, because I think we'll see some highs and lows between now and the summer, but I think we'll emerge from summer with generally lower prices than we have right now. And that's consistent with a lot of the sources that I've looked at that are predicting kind of energy prices to ease in a downward fashion between now and the end of summer. In conclusion, obviously, kind of rapid fire update there, but I always want to thank you, our partners, for leading to the wonderful success that we've had at Flagship Power to date. It's been less than a year. We've already had interest from private equity folks. We've already grown exponentially over that amount of time, and it's all because of you. It's all because of our partners. And I can't say enough. I can't say thank you enough of all the great business you guys have sent our way, what wonderful partners that you've been, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. So I hope you have a great rest of the spring and look forward to a wonderful summer. Thanks. And as always, we're always here to answer any questions you may have. Take care.